Hello there, everybody. I don't know what's going on, but let's find out why Diddy is a supervillain, I guess, or villain.
This young woman at the time, her name was Cassie Ventura. It was 2005. She was 19 years old, and she met and became the girlfriend and employee, she alleges, of Sean Diddy Combs of his mega record label. She was a singer herself, but she goes on to say that during this time that she was abused, she was a part of the cycle of violence, physical and sexual abuse. There was uncontrollable rage. Some of the specifics she says that she was raped in her own home when she tried to leave him, that she was often beaten, kicked, punched, stomped on, resulting in bruises and burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. That he blew up a man's car at one point when he thought that that man was interested in her. That he introduced her to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol, substance abuse, and required her to produce illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Now, there are always two sides to every story, and his attorney has released a statement to CNN, which reads, in part, Mr. Combs denies these offenses and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail, baseless and outrageous lies.
Wait, hold on.
A persistent demand. Past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand.
Wait, she's asking him for 30 mil?
And of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their...
Well, she asking her because she's writing a book about their relationship and she's spreading lies.
Relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail, baseless and outrageous lies aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and simply seeking a payday.
Now, this is going to, again, all allegations, as you know, we do all
allegations, of course.
Not setting anything set in stone yet, but some of these things are not only very damning, but also there's like this ongoing belief throughout the music industry in particular, people who've had interactions with Diddy, that he's someone you have to be very cautious with, has some hesitation with as well. Some side comments made every now and then on certain podcasts, interviews within people, almost as if like it's a known thing in the industry. Like when you're around P. Diddy, be very, very cautious about certain things because he may be a part of that weird part of Hollywood.
Actually had a brief relationship with Kid Cudi. When Diddy found out, he allegedly beat her, threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. The filing then says shortly after Diddy's threat, Kid Cudi's car actually blew up, and Kid Cudi confirmed it.
Wow. Kid Cudi confirmed it?
That the car blew up.
That really happens in real life? He'll be blowing up cars?
I mean, Kid Cudi didn't say Diddy did it. He just said it blew up.
Yeah, he said the car blew up in his driveway.
Well, that's a hell of a coincidence.
Yeah, it is.
So that story has been confirmed by Kid Cudi that his car at least blew up. That's cars don't really blow up too often, man. Not on their own, man. So something had to happen, man. Just FYI, man. The Kid Cudi's not the only story that's circulating. There's another story circulating about Wale as well.
I heard that one too.
Where Wale got jammed up and then was held over the balcony
of that's some Batman shit.
On some Batman shit, like.
And then I looked, it was like a glance once he got a little bit past me. I'm like, damn, that's Diddy. I ain't say nothing. I looked at Shy. Shy looked at me. I told me and Shy like, oh. So as they go in there, they go back there, but they shut the door. It's a it's a studio part, the booth part. It's like a blind back there. Like it's a pop part. They do orchestra back there. So with a booth at, it's like an orchestra, like a church show. You can open it and you can see in the studio where they record, or you can shut it. Like don't y'all ever been to a graduation in the blind shut? You can shut the blinds and you can't even see back there. Diddy and them went back there and shut the blinds. All I heard was a rock, but not punches, like shit, like moving around, tables and shit. But I'm like, oh, so me and Shy run to the blinds. We peeping through the blinds. I'm peeping through the blinds. Shy peeping through the blinds. I swear for God, it's a balcony in the studio, like an out balcony. You can see over the back. I swear to God, my grandmother, they got Wale over top of his feet. They got him off his feet, hanging off the balcony. Like, he hanging off the balcony. They dangling by his feet. I can't really hear what they saying.
Long story short, this isn't the first story that has been told or leaked. This story has been told, again, by someone else, by another artist as well. So, again, where there's smoke, there potentially could be fire. But just letting you know, this isn't the only story that's been told in that way.
See, why Diddy didn't want to walk with you, girl? What I'm talking about, Diddy was right next to you.
Universal Technical Institute can get you ready to pursue a career doing what you love.
What's good, Diddy? What's good, Diddy? No. What's good, Diddy?
Hey,
What you
yeah.
think about Kanye West yesterday, brother? Come on, you know, any comment, brother? You gonna leave that alone? Taylor Swift, I know Taylor Swift your girl too.
Just FYI, I'm gonna tell you right now, something had to have happened. Nigga, P. Diddy is not walking down the streets of New York by himself if something did not happen. Just FYI, I just want to be clear. That's such an
You
odd
think
thing.
he was chasing her down after some shit popped off?
Yeah, I think there was probably an argument. She left in distress, and then he was just following her after, and then he saw, X, Y, Z. But like, nigga, P. Diddy is not walking down the streets of New York unattended, just randomly. He's not doing that. Like, that's not happening. Just so people know. Okay. So that right there is just a little bit of some of potential questionable stories that are being told that kind of correlate to very questionable activity with P. Diddy, as well as other things that other people said in podcasts. There was one podcast where they were like, "Oh, you got any advice for young comedian coming up?" And nigga said, "Yo, man, just don't go to the take that mansion." And it's like, man, that's tough. And
Oh yeah, I heard it. I heard about that.
Look at each other like,
I heard about that.
dog, he knows. So now,
I seen the clip too.
Those are the accusations that are being levied. Those are being made. Some of the incriminating potential evidence, right? So now the conversation gets pivoted to why isn't this being an ongoing conversation, or why aren't more people speaking loudly on it? Largely because people believe that Diddy, who Face of Revolt, media brand that is partnered or partially owns certain companies or are a part of certain things such as the Breakfast Club, also Joe Biden's podcast, et cetera, or at least there has been some type of relationship built between Diddy and a lot of other people. There is an understanding or feeling from the people and some independent media members that people are holding their tongue because they don't want to have to deal with the repercussions, the wrath of Sean Combs. Mm-hmm. Academic Sexy speaks on himself.
Because when it came time for certain other people, when it came time for L.A. Reid, even Joe was like, yeah, niggas been here. That's what I'm saying. When it came time for L.A. Reid, everybody said, well, I ain't gonna lie, there was some stories. Everybody said that.
That I know a little bit about. I don't give a fuck what none of these people was doing outside of this.
That's cap. Yo, this is such cap. Yo, this is like the Diddy protection spell. I don't know what the fuck Diddy done did to the whole industry. That's cap. Niggas sit and talk about weirdo shit by R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, by every other person. But when it comes to Diddy, it's like, ask me about my mom, my mom, my girl, my son. Ask me about my pet dog. What the hell? Nah, nigga, the fuck we want to know about Diddy? They won't say a fucking word. I listened to the Breakfast Club. They were pathetic. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, okay, what happened? Oh, well, prayers to everybody. They said it's a generic thing, right? Yo, they said Cassie was getting pummeled by dozens of male prostitutes without her consent in freak-offs, getting her ass beat to a bloody pulp.
Damn.
And yeah, for decades. You know, the Breakfast Club says, well, prayers to everybody. This is kind of crazy. I'm like, what? They hear me call City Girls flopped. Yo, man, act me hard on the females. What? Nigga, what? I'm like, yo, I see what it is. Everybody done folded. I ain't gonna lie, I think my man even Joe Budden just folded.
I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, that's like probably one of the most telling things with this whole situation, that it is unfortunately true, where something happens in
nobody talks about it,
or subsection of America, or this exclusive group of people, where it's just become a normality, and that's how people get away with a lot of abuse over an extensive period of time. We don't know if this is true or not. It's all allegations. But the fact that people have stories that correlate and align with some of these allegations and no one's really saying anything is very odd and funny. It's almost like it's a inside joke almost, or an understanding amongst people who step in this exclusive club that, hey, this could be happening over there, this could be happening over there. Instead of actually saying something and outing them, because those people may be afraid of the repercussions, they just sit there, and instead of outing it and trying to make sure that's not a part of the culture, the community that they have, they just sit there and just say, hey, just don't go over there because XYZ is happening, yada, yada, yada. Instead of actually saying it, to me, that's way more dangerous, because you can't warn everyone. You can't properly prepare everyone. It's be better utilize your energy if you decided to get those people out of here. But now you've normalized certain behavior, and the people that you've normalized the behavior from over the years have gained even more power, so they have the ability to leverage it even more against you, so you never even say anything. To me, that's the biggest problem.
I think people are just genuinely petrified about like what that reaction might look like for them. Even academics joke like, the nigga might have put a hit on me, but I'm worried about my safety because he's been covering it so frequently. But yeah, good on him for doing that, I guess. Look, bro, I guess you haven't even gotten to it, but the lawsuit was fucking crazy.
You know, lawsuit
really?
was crazy.
Bro,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
definitely.
detailed as fuck, my nigga. And it was a lot of shit being said. And then that shit was being corroborated by a whole bunch of random people telling stories. So we don't know the truth of all that went down, but it does fucking look super, super coincidental all this is happening at the same time. And as Diddy said, she was looking for a payout, $30 million blackmail. One day after the lawsuit was posted, it got settled.
According to the lawsuit, Cassie met Diddy when she was 19 years old and got into a relationship with him when she was 22 years old and he was 40 years old. According to court documents, he immediately introduced her to a fast-paced, drug-filled lifestyle. She also alleges that he blew up Kid Cudi's car for being romantically interested in her. In the lawsuit, she says she signed a 10-album deal with Diddy shortly after meeting him and that he quickly helped her achieve success musically. But she says that he was highly critical and not long after, he was controlling all aspects of her life. She then alleges that once they were involved romantically, that he started forcing her to have sex with male sex workers while under the influence of drugs and while he watched. The lawsuit also details years of physical abuse, while it alleges that his staff did little or nothing to help. The lawsuit also alleges that Diddy, Sean Combs, would force her to take copious amounts of drugs that eventually led her into an addiction. Another trigger warning, here you can see that she says that he raped her when she tried to leave him in 2018. According to court documents, she checked into a rehab center after leaving him because of the trauma and the abuse that she suffered during their 10 years together. The lawsuit goes into detail about the alleged abuse, some of it that I don't want to get into because it is just too heavy. The lawsuit was filed in New York. It is public record, and Cassie's lawyer has represented some of Harvey Weinstein's victims.
How do you feel about her settling first day? Or second day, technically.
I feel like I think most people, especially in this instance, something that happened over a 10-year period that happened years and
Kinda
years
hard to
ago,
prove.
it's probably gonna be difficult for her to win that case
Yeah.
anyway, because unless there's like hard-hitting evidence, it was gonna be
Like
really difficult
pictures
for
and
her,
whatnot?
right? So her settling, I understand. And I think that many people who go in those type of situations in the moment, because I heard Slim Thug make this comment about she should have did it right in the moment and da-da-da-da-da. Well, I think a lot of people, especially when you get to this level of like manipulation potentially, where you end up losing yourself in those type of relationships. You don't even really know what you're doing until like you can take a step back and really breathe and look back and be like, yo, I really didn't want to do those things. I only did those things because you gaslit me or you manipulated me or you leverage your wealth, your the lifestyle that you gave me in a certain way that made me do things that you knew that I didn't want to do, and that's the reason why you had to manipulate me in some type of way.
Like she has free will, so you doing it anyways. But I think the part that's crazy is the fact that he was requiring her to be high on all different types of drugs. That makes it crazier because now it's like not only are you doing something you're already uncomfortable with, but now you're not even there mentally, and is other people around too, and it's sexual in nature. Like I think all of it is a little exploitative. So
I agree, but I think that we give too much cop out to people because they have free will. You're right. People have free will, so they have the decision to say yes or no to things. I get that. Just because someone has the decision to say yes or no to things, it does not then remove the fact that what is being done to them is still wrong. Yeah, if somebody scammed you, you had the ability to say yes or no to the scam before it actually happened. But at the end of the day, the person who is scamming you is doing it with the intent of deception. That's what they're doing it for. And so if Diddy or anyone really in the music industry, they're presenting situations and scenario to you that they know that you wouldn't normally do. And the only way that you're doing it, and the only reason why you're doing it is because they're leveraging something in their favor, or in your favor to make you do it, something that they know that they've already made accustomed to you, something that they know that is your livelihood, something that they know for a fact that you would potentially you would compromise your morals to do certain things.
I think that's the interesting part for me. Like that really is what selling your soul is, right?
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah.
Where you're doing things you're uncomfortable with or don't believe in because of
money or fame,
huge advancements in your career. Those advancements usually, especially historically back in the day, there was a lot of people gatekeeping. There wasn't the internet back then either, but even then, like he has the power to help put you in front of the right people. Yep. So it's like he helped advance so many people's careers. They stomached a lot of that.
Yeah,
you feel me? And he kind of used that leverage to get what he wanted out of people, but
allegedly.
Allegedly. But yeah, the sad part is that we won't get all the information because the lawsuit would have had to reveal all of that.
And she settled.
She would have had to take the stand.
Is that what you're saying when you ask me about how I feel about it?
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up. Because at that point, she's still, in some regards, thinking very selfishly.
That was a selfish decision. Yeah. I do feel like I don't have much faith in the legal system in general. So if you had a decision between 30 million and justice, that's a tough decision. When you feel like a large portion of your life was fucked up because of somebody, you want to get justice. But at the same time,
you might not get it.
This could change your life, though. And you don't know what position people are in. Like, I don't know how successful she was, to be honest with you. So I don't know what she's sitting on, what cash or assets she might have. So it's like, damn, like, because, they would have had to call witnesses for proof.
No, for sure.
Now people would have to legally take the stand under oath and either perjure themselves or tell stories like this about what their experience like him was about. And it would reveal a lot. That's what happened in the case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Is at first there was the original allegations, and then there was all the witness testimonies that revealed a whole bunch of stories. And then it was also all the evidence. Some of it was video evidence. Some of it was like forensic evidence that helped you come to a decision as an audience member of this scruffle about like who you think is telling the truth. So like in this situation, we'll never know. You could guess, and if you're maybe in the industry, you might fucking know the answer to that. But from the outside perspective, for me, it's just like, it just feels like damn, that's tough. But let us know what y'all think in the comment section down below, man. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If y'all watching right now, half of you guys watching are not subscribed, so click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame her for settling, because it's like, if she didn't take no pictures because she's high or whatnot, or she couldn't do a lot of stuff, which would have helped with like collecting evidence, right? So it's like, I might win, but I'm most likely going to lose because I don't got much evidence, or I could get 30 mil and I'll be set, and the past will be the past quotations. Right, and I don't gotta worry about that anymore, even though I'm still scarred, right? I can't really blame her. But yeah, it's surely a menace, proven multiple occasions. Those have a statute of limitation past. Really, I'm not gonna read all that, but if you wanna know more, you can read it. Other than opportunity to tell you the truth, safety, do the paperwork, then what you need to know in the document. Can't blame him for taking the 30 mil though. But yeah, like, subscribe. See you guys later. Hope you have a good day or night, and bye. Click the wrong button.